Hey y'all, it's Maddie Marjolay, your goth Conti, and tell me, has this video come across your FYP lately?
My occupation is very old, polishing diamonds and digging gold.
Lord knows it's come across my For You page quite often now, with many conspiracy theorists claiming that this is the real mother of Whitney Houston. Now, even I can't deny it. They look fucking identical. From being tall, the way their face is shaped, the way her mouth moves when she sings, the sound of her voice. Everything about her is very much reminiscent of Whitney Houston, and even I was almost tricked into thinking this could possibly be her real mother. The most popular theory being floated around right now is that Whitney Houston's father was unfaithful to Sissy Houston, and he got Teresa Graves pregnant, who, by the way, would have been 14 around the time that Whitney Houston was born, and she gave the baby up to him and Sissy raised Whitney as her own, and Whitney died never knowing who her real mother was. But I come to y'all today in this video asking the internet to do something it never wants to fucking do. Use some critical thinking skills. Now, does anybody out there have one iota of concrete proof that Whitney Houston's father was anywhere near Texas where Teresa Graves was growing up at the time of Whitney's conception? No, we do not. Does Whitney Houston bear a striking resemblance to Teresa Graves? Yes. You know who else she bears a striking resemblance to? This woman. And you know who this woman is? This is Whitney Houston's great-great-grandmother. Her mama's mama's mama. Because as they said in Bicentennial Man, sometimes a family resemblance will skip a generation or two. But I still hear you say, but how could they look so much alike and not be related at all? Well, sometimes the most obvious answer is the correct one. Lookalikes exist. Not only do lookalikes exist, they're nothing new, and they're not mutually exclusive to celebrities. Like this case here in 1903, when police were baffled to find that they arrested two men who not only were damn near identical, they had the same name, William West. They are part of the reason we now use fingerprint technology to identify perps. Let me reel you into more modern times, beginning in 1999, when Natalie Portman and Keira Knightley were cast in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, as Queen Amidala and her decoy, respectively. Not only do these women heavily favor each other in real life, but once they were done up in makeup for this movie, their own mothers could not tell them apart. Jump ahead to 2003-2004. This is when I first became familiar with the work of Francois Bernal. He's a photographer who gained some traction online with his series of photos where he would take two people who had never met each other before, were complete strangers before these photos, and yet they bore such a striking resemblance to each other that they could almost pass for twins. Jump ahead 20 years later, he's still taking these pictures, documenting hundreds of instances of what is now known as twin strangers. We're going to scooch on ahead to 2006, 2007, 2008, which arguably is the birth of the meme. And along with it, meme pages. And no meme page loomed quite as large as I Can Hash Cheeseburger. With I Can Hash Cheeseburger came the page Totally Looks Like, where they documented many celebrity lookalikes. Some more innocent, some more mean-spirited. If I'm not mistaken, that page is what began the whole cloning conspiracy between Zooey Deschanel and Katy Perry. For now, we ditch the celebrities and we're going to fast forward to 2015, the beginning of the Twin Strangers movement, where three friends challenged themselves to find their doppelgangers out there in the wild. The most successful one and obvious winner of this challenge was Neve, who managed to find not just one, not two, but three doppelgangers. The third one looked so much like her that people told her to take a DNA test. And she did. And turns out they don't even have a common ancestor as far back as 10,000 years ago. And we're jumping 10 years ahead into modern times to present you the queen of celebrity doppelgangers, Margot Robbie, who has racked up quite a few. Seriously, Margot Robbie has more replicas than Barbie herself. She's got Jamie Presley. She's got Samara Weaving. She's got Emma Mackey, who was in the Barbie movie with her and had to dye her hair brown so that they wouldn't confuse the two. Margot Robbie's penchant for racking up celebrity doppelgangers is so prolific that it even transcends race, because she even has a doppelganger who is a person of color in the form of Rochelle Aites. Now, how on earth can this happen so many times? Well, simply put, it's nature. Nature is just like us. It's ever-changing, but at the same time, old and set in its ways. Which is why a tree with no leaves splitting off into its branches and the branches into twigs also kind of resembles a river splitting off into many other rivers, or even a lightning strike. Now that I've overwhelmed you with all this information that no one asked for, and we've learned that if nature will do anything, it's replicate and replicate again, what's your whole take on the Teresa Graves and Whitney Houston controversy? Is it an ominous case of secret mother and daughter? Or is it just yet another case out of thousands of twin strangers?